Hello, everyone.
Wow, I'm getting a crazy echo from you, Nate.
Oh, I might be because the music was still playing through on the other
Oh,
screen there.
no more echo.
Yep, yep. Well, hello, everyone. Okay, so we are testing a new platform, as you can see. We had a couple technical things out of the gate there, but I think we have mostly powered through. You guys should see a nice little chat box on the right side. That chat is open. Obviously, we ask you to be respectful and kind with the open public chat. But give us a yes. Let us know if you can hear us, see us, if everything sounds good. You were able to get in the room without issues today. This this platform that we're trying out is going to allow us to do a couple extra things, including a little better chat and stuff like that. There's also another platform we're considering testing, but we just want to make sure that we give you guys the best experience here in the opening playbook.
It's exciting.
All right, got a lot of yeses. Hello, hello. Pyatt, John, William, Rick, Cheryl, Susan, David, Bob, Roger, William, Anthony, Catherine, Rafi, Gregory. Hello, Larry. Hello, Debbie, Lisa, Chris, Tanya. All right, everyone. Thank you. Well, we're maybe going to give people just an extra minute this morning to jump in because we did have a couple technical things. So give us just 1 minute here as we are waiting for people still to jump in here. But we are getting a big crowd starting to fill up. So that's good. Good to see everyone. Hello, hello, John, Maggie, Mike, David, Chris. How are you guys? Cool. Now, the second question of the day is how many of you have already got into the opening playbook VIP area and saw some of the resources there? Hopefully got an alert this morning directly through what we call the transactional system. That's like the members only system to make sure it goes through. I know we've got a very nice email from Cynthia. I'm not sure if Cynthia's on yet this morning, but thank you, Cynthia, for the very kind email. She said the VIP area was a gem, I believe was the word. So thank you, Cynthia. Okay, AJ said he did not get the official one-click alert, so we need to check on that if people are missing that for sure. All right, couple more yeses. Okay, cool. But it looks like some people maybe didn't get that. We're gonna be working on that there. Is that you? Is that you getting trades filled, Graham?
Yeah, can you hear it?
Oh, I thought that was me. I keep looking over my thing and saying, "What is filled?" I don't see anything filled.
Yeah, I'm taking, if you guys are curious, taking some of my big retirement money out of Oakland. I still got my options on. Ended up doing about 50% on my retirement account over the last month, which is awesome. But I'm shifting it into Meta for now. I'm just, Oakland looks like it's breaking down a little bit for the time being. I still am bullish on the long term. But I'm going to see if we get a fall here to the 44 level. And if it breaks to that, probably into the 40s. Of course, it could go higher and higher from here. But it does look like we're getting a breakdown. Even like CEG, which just had that huge deal with Meta yesterday, is down 3.5% today. So that's what you heard.
Getting a decent little pop across the board here, including communications, XLC, which I still have an income machine trade that I want to make sure closes on the right side of the line in the sand there, which looks really good right now. I believe XLC will put us 12 for 13 on the freebie income machine trades that we put out. Speaking of which, I have an income machine trade ready to go, free bonus for today. But Graham, horrible news. I have not yet got my 100 thumbs up on my Telegram post.
What?
So if you guys want the income machine play and you're in here right now, you got to go to my Telegram and hit that thumbs up because it is locked officially behind 100 thumbs up. So I'm only at 70. So I've got it lined up here, but got to follow the rules. I said I needed 100. So if you want the free income machine trade today, you got to go to my Telegram and hit that thumbs up so that we can get the free income machine. I thought we'd hit 150 immediately, but gotta make people work for it. Okay.
74 now. It's climbing.
Okay. All right. Um, moving. All right, we're moving. All right, I'll give you guys a couple minutes to hit that thumbs up, so that we can come back at the end here and make sure that I'm able to do that free trade. Because not only here's the thing, not only is it a cool trade, but you get to see the income machine platform, which is the coolest part of the whole thing. Yeah, good question on stuff like Lulu or others, whether we hold to expiration or use targets. Graham and I do things differently depending on the strategy. For the income machine specifically, I am actually letting all of these expire for the max potential value. The reason is because the income machine is built on the idea of actually going through the option chain, looking at those probabilities, and finding opportunities that are based on the trade going through expiration. So since the whole formula is designed to go through that expiration, that's how I'm going to manage the trade versus something else where I might manage it a little bit differently. Uh, Diane, it's in my Telegram. If you just scroll up a couple posts there, I have a post there this morning at 7:50 a.m. where you can read, and then it says basically, give me a thumbs up if you want the income machine trade, and then there's a little emoji below the Telegram there, and you can click that. If you're not in my Telegram, our dear friend Dakota just posted the link. Just jump right in there. Okay, sorry, I'm spending too much time talking about Telegram. You guys click that link. I'll come back to it in a minute here. One other piece of housekeeping that I wanted to go through today. Okay, let me know if you're in the webinar room today. And you can use the private chat here so I can see your full name and everything if you don't mind. You can do it in the public chat too, but it's easier in the private chat. John P., let me know if you're in the room this morning with us. John P. Jeffrey C. Jeffrey Cool, let me know if you're in the room here. Again, if you use that private chat, it'll be easier because there's a lot going on in the other chat. Jeffrey, let me know if you're in the room. And then Donna D, let me know if you're in the room as well. And I'll try to find each of you here. Let's see.
It's gonna be tough with all these.
Yeah, there's a lot of chats. I'll find them. Okay, so that's John P, John Peep, Jeffrey Cole, Donna D. Let me know if you're in here, or actually, what might even be easier is if you guys send me an email, and then I can track you down. So the reason that I called out our three friends there, John P, Jeffrey Cool, and Donna, is because they were the first three people who joined Opening Playbook VIP. I mean, they literally joined within like 90 seconds of that link getting posted. And so it's just a little gift for you guys. We were going to send you one of these Opening Playbook sweatshirts that I'm wearing right now. They're actually really soft. They're very nice. So for those of you, the first three, just as a fun little bonus for taking a swing and joining us here in Opening Playbook VIP and getting all that stuff. John Peep, Jeffrey Cole, Donna Demerol, if you're in the room, send me an email and I will get your information and we can send you one of these Opening Playbook sweatshirts.
You might have to put your email in the chat, Nate.
Yeah, I will put.
Now, I do see here there's a public and private chat. I'm not going to be able to answer any of the private chats during this. There's just already too much action going on in the public channel. So if you have a question, post it in that public channel.
Yeah, guys, we'll use the private chat for like stuff like I just said. Like if we need you to message us about something, use that. Otherwise, use the public one on the left there, the chat, and that way we'll be able to see and follow along and not track two different chats. All right. Sorry, guys. We've done about 10 minutes of housekeeping today, which is longer than we normally go before we get into the meat and potatoes. But we are testing a new platform. Did have a couple things to get rolling out of the way. Now I think we are going to get into the good stuff. Am I right, Graham? Or do you have more housekeeping?
You are right. And let me figure out how to share the appropriate screen here.
Or do you want me to start with the income machine trade first, so I'm not disrupting you in the middle? Which
Yeah,
is that better?
You go ahead and, well, did you hit 100?
I did hit 100. Yes, I'm officially
100.
allowed.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so let me give you the income machine trade right now. Okay. So this is from step 4 of the income machine. So step 1 would give you the stock. Step 2 would give you the analysis. Step 3 would let you pick your strategy. I'm skipping all the way to step 4, which I chose the steady one. And this is on Palantir. So PLTR, Palantir. Cool trade here. 124, 125 spread. You can get about a 19% ROI on this trade. Here's all the details. It even gives you the option ID, which is super cool, baked in, so you know you're trading the right option. Oh wow, Graham, your shirt looks
I
wild. I just
know.
noticed.
I was just looking at that too. I was like,
Oh wow. Okay.
"That was
Spread
okay."
cost right about 84 cents. Again, 19% ROI. My favorite part is down here. It gives you these stock scenarios. So you can see if Palantir goes down 5%, 2% at zero, all of these result in a win. Once it gets down, if the stock is down like 8%, you will get that opportunity. So this is basically trading. Palantir just took a little bit of a hit. And so basically, this is trying to sneak into the stock and get in. Although I did pull this about half hour ago, so I don't know if it's down a little bit more. We might want to get. Let's see where are we at right now. PLTR. Oh no, we're still good. We're still up in the 127s, so we can still take about a 2% hit. We could probably get a little lower actually for that same price, but here for you guys who wanted to see it a little bit bigger, this is the whole dashboard, walks you through the actual spread, the details, and all of that, which is super cool. Um, Let me see here. I'll see if we get a see if we can even get a little safer one now that we have moved down, because this was right at the market open. Palantir's down. Yeah, you can go actually a dollar lower. So let me post it in the chat for you guys. We'll go a dollar lower. The idea of this trade is that we're going to give Palantir some room, and all it has to do is not go down another, several percent and balance out, and we will be good. So let me give you this trade here in the chat. It's going to be the buy to open, the June 27, 123 call. It's going to be to sell to open the June 27, 124 call. And that's going to be the debit here of about, we've got a little bit of a spread here, but about 68, it looks like, somewhere in that range. Palantir is going to have a little bit of a wide spread, but uh, Graham, quick change. And so then your ROI on this trade is going to actually be about 50% as long as Palantir can balance back out today and not go down another 3%, which I like. I like doing some of these trending stocks. This is how I traded Coin, the Apple trade the other day. A couple other winners were actually high trending stocks, but that were snapping back. That's one of the criteria that you will see once you see the opening playbook, is that not only does it give you all that data, let you choose the strategy, stock analysis, but it tells you why the stock is good. And one of those criteria is the snapback criteria. And so we actually like stocks that are trending, they're above the trend, they're stabilizing, which is an ATR metric I use. And then we actually like them to have a little snapback, because if you think about it, a trending stock, if you buy it at the top, it's a little bit easier for it to come down and take your cushion. Trending stock that's already coming down, now your cushion goes even below that. And so you have a little more room to work with. Now, the income machine does a lot more than that. It helps pick the stock. It gives you all the analysis, and that summary screen that I showed you, I think is one of the coolest parts. And we will have time to get into that a lot more detail here in the near future. But for now, I'm just feeding out these free trades here. I'll put the ticker in there for you, for those of you who missed the first part. Let me add it there. Boom. That is the trade. I just posted it there again in the chat. And you guys can check that out. Let me try something here while we're
Wait,
testing stuff out.
you're not sharing screen, are you?
No, I'm not sharing screen anymore. I just wanted to post it in the chat there.
Let me see what happens if I do this. And I did, for those of you who are VIP members, so lifetime members of Opening Playbook. Again, it's only $1. I posted that here in the trade doc. You should see it in
Oh,
the member
nice.
portal. So under here, trade entries. I'm gonna do my best. It might take a minute to update for you guys. We'll see. I have probably 5 minutes normally. Yeah, I'll update every 5 minutes. There you go. So this will pop up here on this doc. I'll just put the date, basically what the strategy was, ticker, options. So here in a couple of minutes, you'll see June 4th, income machine on Palantir with the options. Now, where did
By the way, for those of you still using the private chat, make sure on your chat menu you flip over and use the public chat so that they're all coming in one place.
all right, I'm going to move the. Everyone says so small. What is so small? Is it my screen share? Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's perfect, perfect size for me. And some people said blurry, but I actually it's quite clear for me as well. So.
And is my mic okay? I know I had some people saying that my microphone was a little low. I tried to turn it up.
All right, and then for that Palantir trade, remember this is an income machine play, so we will look to let it expire for the full value.
Screen looks a little smaller than Zoom. Press Control plus S to toggle chat on and off. Okay, so if you hide the chat, you're saying?
Yeah, you can just drag your chat over a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. That'll help make it bigger. But to me, it actually looks pretty good. So I don't know. We'll go through some of the quirks here and make sure that we get everything lined up.
It looks like here. This is going to trip everyone out, but it looks like if you go here,
Oh wow!
for me, I can do this.
Right. You can do it. I think you can even hide the sidebar in that top right, Graham. See that top right there? If you want to hide the sidebar.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that'll make it quite a bit bigger as well. So you got some options.
Hard to hear, Graham. Is it hard to hear me, Nate?
You're a little bit quieter than me, but I hear you okay. I have
Can I make it louder?
Yeah, if you can go a little louder, it's probably.
I've got this thing maxed out right now, but I'm not sure how to. Device settings. Let's see. Microphone. Testing. Wow. It's like not picking up anything, is it?
No, I mean you sound fine to me.
Oh. It would probably help if I put it on my microphone.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a little clearer as well.
Okay. It was on my computer. Does it sound like an echo now?
I don't think so. It sounds pretty good.
All right. My audio is still weak. Why? Why me?
Oh, it's weird. It sounds great to me.
All right, cool. Well, again, that trade is posted here in the trade doc. It should come through the members area every 5 minutes. So we'll see how that works out again. Excited about this new membership area. Again, we want this show. The show will be free forever is our intention. Our goal is not to charge thousands of dollars for this or anything, but we did have to charge $1 to get it. If you want it in the members portal, you'll see the recordings, the trade entries. You'll even get template trade trackers, so you can come in here, make a copy of this file, make a copy, go ahead and have a trade tracker for you, slide decks. So when we do trainings or on Tuesday when I do my market analysis, and here you'll see that I'll paste the link for that. So you can come in there, click it, have access to all of that information all in one place. Of course, calculators, master classes that we've done, bonus scanners. You can find our telegrams, all sorts of extra goodies in here. And I know we have quite a few people who have joined, but if you haven't yet, again, you don't have to pay. You can come to the show free every day. But if you want everything all in one place, then it's $1. You get it for lifetime, no crazy charges, nothing like that. And I don't know, are we able to post that link here in the chat?
There's an announcement right there at the bottom too. So you guys should be seeing on your screen right there with the button that popped up. That'll take you to that $1 order form, big old $1 order form there that you can click right from below. Let me know if everyone is seeing that.
Do you guys see that?
Yeah,
Oh,
looks
I
like
see.
some people are clicking. So
On
should we see it?
interactions. Is that where it
Yep.
is?
You can
Cool.
also click directly from the chat if you'd like.
Oh, nice. All right, sweet. Oh, Patricia says no. It should be right there in the chat. Maybe we can pin that up there, Deanna, for now, so that people can get the
Oh, nice.
Open
In the
Playbook
chat.
$1 membership. Now, today I've got a full training to walk you guys through, and I'm going to go into slideshow mode here. Should be a little different for me. Normal, actually, if I go into slideshow mode, let me see if I can pull up my. Oh, can you see my screen still?
Yeah.
I can't see anything. Just this. I can't pull up my. What if I do this? Presenter view. Let's see what happens. All right, may have to do this because this way at least I'll be able to still pull up my Thinkorswim account. Because when I hit slideshow mode, it takes me to black screens across the board. Let's see. Can you see my Thinkorswim account here?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'll rock with this and we'll get this party started. Again, sorry for the 20-minute delay, but we got a lot of people saying that it's blurry. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe we can figure that out. Let me.
I
Oh,
mean, it looks
Kristen said
perfect to
it's
me. It looks.
okay.
Every test we've done so far is better quality than Zoom, which is one of the reasons we like this better. So
Sweet. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to talk about turn of the month trades. We're looking at money, where it's going at the beginning of each month. There's a couple times per year where Wall Street funds, hedge funds, institutions will rebalance their portfolios. Big one is at the end of each quarter. So like going from quarter one to quarter two, they're at the beginning of April is a big one. Then the quarter two to quarter three, so on and so forth. But each and every month, there's also money rebalancing and rotation happening in stocks. So we're at the beginning of June. Thought it'd be a great time to kind of talk about this, and I'll give you guys some scanners that you can use as well. Of course, that will be in the membership portal for you too. And we'll do some live trading. Again, we're live. We've got the membership portal open. This is a free show. It will be free forever for you to attend. But if you want everything in one place, click that link that Dakota posted there and linked in the chat to get your VIP access. For a quick market update, so far we were up on the futures. Then we had the report. So this is pretty small here. Let me see if I can make my Thinkorswim bigger. Maybe that's application settings. Look and feel. Let me go large. Might look a little weird. All right, there we go. That looks a little better. We were up in the futures markets. I'll just go here, show you the 5-minute. You can see we had that employment data report get posted immediately. Markets sold off all of their gains in the futures, but we've been climbing ever since. But still, mostly flat across the board. Nothing crazy to report about right now, other than Bitcoin again having another red day so far. Coming off this massive rally, we're seeing the momentum drop. It's actually just flipped yellow on the Newton momentum reading. So if you entered back here when we said buy at 82 on Bitcoin, might be a good time to take some profits. I still have some options trade open that I'm going to let ride, but we did just get a yellow reading on the Newton momentum scanner. So that's your overall market update. Here's a little fun one for you. I was talking with Lance yesterday. He saw this is ticker B, never traded before, Barrick Mining. Someone put $1 million in on the July 21 strike calls. So you can see the premium there. Someone bet $1.01 million on the B calls. And let me go ahead and pull up that chart today. It's up 0.5%. Here it is, Barrick Mining Corp. You go here to the trade tab on Thinkorswim. Someone came in here. Look at all of that open interest at that strike. The 21 strike calls, they're trading at 65 cents. I'm going to buy some for fun. It's a mining stock, not my typical type of trade to take, but I'm just going to follow this guy. Someone obviously knows something. So I'm going to go ahead and get 5 of them. That'll be $300 for me. And this is just straight call option trading, not a spread here, just going for the big hitter Let me go ahead and post that in there, see if we get filled right away. Again, the liquidity is huge with that massive order coming in, and I'll post it here in this opening playbook. Trade sheet. Call sweep B 1 million plus options order by 21 July 25 21 strike. XP 21 strike. Call net debit of 65. So let me go ahead and post this in the chat too, as I familiarize myself with this overall setup here. Yes, Gold Mining Corp. So there's a fun one for you. Now, back to the training. Let's go ahead and dive in here. We've got a new month ahead of us in new opportunities. So let's start prepping for June, which is happening right now. So every single month, there's a market pattern known as turn of the month investing, where essentially Wall Street is notoriously known for ditching some losing stocks and investing in new stocks that are breaking out. Now, most months, there's also new money coming in as well from pension funds, 401ks, people contributing to their 401k, their IRA, mutual funds have to rebalance. Even the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the other big index have to rebalance to weight their portfolio appropriately. And again, this is more prevalent at the end of each quarter, but it does happen every single month. So question is, how can we piggyback on some of these new big investments from Wall Street for outsized gains each month? And then again, not every trade's going to work out, but when these have worked, I've seen some 200, 300% winners on the call options alone. So I'll give you some call options. I'll give you some spreads as well. But how do we know which stocks they're going into? Well, usually I start with my normal market analysis. If you guys come to the Tuesday sessions, you're going to be familiar with this data, and I'm just going to fly through it here. But basically, I want to see, are we bullish or bearish right now? What do the seasonals look like? Well, June's typically a pretty flat month, so we have to be a little more selective. July is a little higher, and August, September are normally negative. So during these summer months, we just have to be a little bit more picky with our trades. If we're looking at the presidential seasonality right now for June, it's actually calling for a slight cool off in the markets. Now, I'm very bullish. I do expect some more consolidation here, but overall, I'm very bullish. However, the presidential cycle says just, beware. Stocks tend to drop in June. So again, this was my analysis from Tuesday. I'm flying through it now just to catch you guys up to speed. My thought is we're going to see healthy consolidation, maybe one more, maybe 2 more weeks. We really want to see a break above that 600 number on the S&P. This is the SPY. It's really 6,000 on the E-mini S&P futures, which is actually a little bit lower than right here. But again, healthy consolidation. We want to see it break through that number. And then I think from there, it'll skip up to the zone of all-time highs and see some resistance there. But right now, consolidation, again, we want to be more selective on our stocks. So the next step is to make sure we're finding the strongest sectors in the S&P. If the S&P is going to chop, that doesn't mean every stock in the S&P is going to chop. There's going to be leaders and there's going to be laggards. The best way we can find the leaders is by picking the stocks in the strongest sectors. So again, each and every Tuesday, I cover this in detail. I go through the sector seasonality grid, which breaks it down across the 11 sectors in each month of the year. So here you can see June and the respective sector average return in that month. So from Tuesday, I gave you these picks as my top sectors, top and bottom. And this looks a little jacked up because I think it was materials was and I'm not going to be able to edit this here because I'm in presenter mode. Let me see if I can edit on another screen. Let's see what happens here. Doesn't move for me. Does not move. Escape. Back to presenter mode. All right, there you go. So my top 3 sectors, the ones I want to find stocks in right now are industrials. Those are stocks like GE and HWM. If you pull up a chart of those 2 stocks, they are absolute monsters. I don't know why, but they seem to go up every single day. Communications, which we've been trading very well. Recently, it's been one of our top ones for a while. Love stocks like Meta, T-Mobile was a good one. It's since sold off a little bit for us, but Meta has been kind of a gold mine for us. So that's one that I would look at there. Technology has been doing well. It did take a little pullback last week, but the tech sector has been hot. And if you look seasonally speaking, let me see if I can go back. Seasonally speaking, infotech is one of the few sectors that actually rises in June. So we want to make sure we're aligning ourselves with the strongest sectors right now, being a little more selective since June is typically a slow month. On the downside, we would look for stocks maybe in the materials sector or energy sector. I'm going to avoid healthcare for now. And the reason is because healthcare seasonally is a strong sector in June. So even though it's the weakest right now, I don't want to get caught in the seasonal whirlwind at the moment. Now, for scanning the new stocks, I typically scan on the 4th trading day of the month. So today's the 3rd trading day. We're going to do it today. But typically, I wait for the 4th day, the morning of. That way, we can get 3 full days of price action and flows into the stock to get a really clear picture on what we're looking for. So I'm going to give you guys the scanner as well, so you guys can do it too. Now, 3 key metrics I want to look for is one, I'm going to stick to large cap stocks. I don't want stocks to have earnings this month, and I don't want any stocks that are coming off big news. So, for example, CEG, Constellation Energy Group, is coming off huge news of that deal with Meta. If that were one that would register on the scanner, I would probably avoid it because it's acting on the news as opposed to acting towards money flows, inflows, or outflows. So that's an example of one that I would avoid right now. Number 2, I want to see the increasing average price over 3 days, basically 3 strong days for the stock to start the month. And then I also would like to align that with increasing average volume over the 3 days. So not only do we want to see the stock going up to start the month, but we want to see more buyers than usual, which kind of can be a telltale sign that money is piling in or transactions are happening with the stock, causing it to go upwards. So let's go ahead and get to the scanner here. I built it for you guys in Thinkorswim, and I may need to build it in StockFetcher TradingView as well for those of you who can't access Thinkorswim. But let me go ahead and show you where you can find this here in your one-click trading membership portal. I'm going to scroll all the way down, and we're talking about money flows today. So we're going to start with the money flows Thinkorswim scanner. And you can click it here to get the one-click install, or you can click here and manually copy in the code if you would like. So let me just show you how to do this really quick. I've already got it installed, but if I were to get this scanner going, I would come over here to one of my watch lists. I'm going to click down here, and there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm going to create a scan. So I went down in that drop down, created a scan. I'm going to put a test here because I'm going to delete it after I already have it. But bullish money flows. All right, that's what I'm going to call it, bullish money flows. I'm just going to come over here and X out of all of these pre-assigned filters. So now it should be blank here on the screen. Now what you can do is I'm going to come and highlight this text here. I'm going to copy it. And this is recorded. Then I'm going to come back to Thinkorswim, add a filter, study, and it gives you the ADX for starters. Again, Nate, do you know a better way to do this? But yes, this last time, and I never even took the time to look. But I'm going to come here and click this little pencil, which is going to let us edit this filter. Come here to the Think Script Editor and just delete this out and paste it in. Then hit OK. Going to set it to the stocks in the S&P 500. And then hit save. And now when I come here, click on my watch list here, I can come to the personal one and test bullish money flows. Give it a minute to run. And here are the stocks that currently meet the criteria. Of course, if you just want to copy and paste the link in, you can just, you can click this link, view in Thinkorswim, and that's a much, much easier way to do it. But I wanted to show you guys how to put in manual code as well, because I know we've talked about using ChatGPT to build your own scanners and stuff like that. So that's how you can manually play with code and adjust it. This is the easy one-click install link right here in the $1 opening playbook membership. And I will post this here in the chat too. But I wanted to have it in, see if that works. I don't know why that doesn't show as a link, but maybe if you, can you click that? Maybe copy and paste into your browser. That should work for a one-click install. So now we're going to go through this list and we're going to keep in mind the stocks we like in the sectors that we like. So ANET, for example, if you click here on the Analyze tab, it's really cool. Information technology. XLK was a sector we liked. ANET, let's not talk about my previous ANET trade where I got drilled. But if we look here, day 1 of June, trading day 1 of June, trading day 2, trading day 3. Let me go ahead and add volume to this chart so I can show you exactly how this code works. So we're seeing, actually I should add an average volume.
Hey, Graham.
Yes.
While you're getting that set up, the latest trade in the sheet for B is July 21. Should that be July 18?
Yes, it should be.
Okay. Let me edit it right now in the sheet.
Where'd that sheet go?
I got it. Okay.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
All right. I got a couple questions in the chat, and I just looked at the sheet.
Yeah, good catch, guys. All right. So we want to see, let me just hide these other ones. Let me get the other volume off of here. Let me hide. I'll just drop this one lower. So what we're looking for here, oops. How do I just, all right, this is killing me. Why can't I, there we go. All right. We're looking for a stock that has a strong start to the month, first day of June, second day, third day, and we want to see the average volume increasing. So today just started. The volume isn't going to show yet for today. This is why I typically like to wait to the 4th day of the month. So the morning, tomorrow morning, what you would ideally want to see is the volume somewhere up in here on ANET and the stock increasing. It's in a sector we like, technology. Obviously had that huge drop over the last 2 months, but since then it's actually rebounded nicely from 65 to 95. That's a pretty huge 40, 50% move on this stock. It's got a lot of upside. It's looking good. I'm going to take my first trade here on ANET. So let me go here to my trade sheet. And I'll give you guys a few of these trades. So don't feel like you have to rush into this. I'll give you a few. And it is hard to monitor the chat and do this at the same time. But if you guys have any
I'm on the chat.
questions on what just happened, let me know. So ANET is our ticker. I'm going to give you a basic call option here. I would look for next month's expiration, so 18th of July. And then I would go right at the money. I'll give you guys a cheaper one to make it easier for you guys. The 18th of July, 100 strike call trading for a 380 mid price right now. So I'll type this in here. 18 July, 100 strike call. This is trading for a net debit of 380 right now. And essentially, if you're looking at the options, so you can buy the stock. Let me just say, you can buy the stock. If you want to trade the options, you're going to need ANET to really get to like probably 110 or so by end of month for you to get about 100 to probably over 100% return on investment. Probably that would probably put you closer to 200. It's trading at it's trading at 380 right now. The option is. So that would basically put your break even price on expiration today at 103.80. So anything above that's going to be big time money making territory. And with these moves, sometimes you can get those massive runners. So I'm actually going to trade the basic call options here. I'm going to
Graham,
get one.
Someone, who was it? Mike just mentioned we've got a June 20 dream trade that's currently positioned to close out for 455%
on ANET. Yeah.
455. That's a good day.
Yeah. That's not bad. You can't complain. It's a high flying stock. I mean, again, it took a massive drop. I mean, it dropped 50% in March and April, and it's up like 50% since there. So it's a high moving stock. I like it. Volume is moving in. Stock's looking good to start the month. Could be a sign that big money is starting to pile in on this rebalancing turn of the month investing. So let me go ahead and send this off. Basic call on ANET, and it didn't fill right away, but it should. I mean, still trading there at the mid price. All right, if you want to trade the debit spread, let me just put basic call debit spread. I would like to look for one that's going to expire near the end of month, so either the 27th of June or 3rd of July. Let's just look here. 27th of June has a little bit better volume. Let me see what this is priced at. So that's pretty good. This will be a fun one. This is one I would really consider here. It's going to be one of my more elite, I call it elite or jump trade, where we're a little bit out of the money on it and going for a bigger return. So here, what I would do is I would go to the 27th of June, and let me just compare it to this price, actually. Yeah, 27th of June, and I would select the 97 and 98 calls. You're going to buy the 97, sell the 98. Now, in this instance, you would need ANET above 98 by end of the month, which I don't even have zoomed enough. So ANET above my crosshairs here. And if so, you're going to make 150% return on investment. So not a big move for the stock and a good ROI. So let me type this in here. By 27 June 2025 expiration, we're going to do the 97 call, and I'm going to sell 27 June 25 expiration, 98 call. Is a net debit of 40 cents right now, which gives you 150% ROI potential, because the max you can sell it for is a dollar over 40 gives you 100% potential, 150%. And of course, Thinkorswim does that math for you. So I'm going to send that off. Again, use a limit order. That filled right away. But use a limit order because we did have a good point here that the volume is a little bit lower, open interest in volume. So just make sure you're using a limit order, not a market order. All right, let's keep this party going. APA's energy stock, don't love that. Industrials, AXON. Industrial stock. Industrials are top sector right now. We are seeing the price increase. Not a huge day two, but it is positive from day one to day two, and a big day today. AXON could be a good one for us. Let me keep flipping through here and see what we got. Quick note, I personally would avoid charts that look like this, even if it does meet our criteria. I just like to find ones that align. AXON was a great example, align with the trend. So upward trend, positive money, positive movement and price action to start the month, increasing average volume. And so therefore that would be a good fit in my opinion. AVGO, great stock. It's in the technology sector. Again, if you hit analyze, you can see the sector. However, they do have earnings tomorrow after the close, so I'm not going to trade AVGO here. If we're looking at EA, let me just flip over here. It's like a communication stock. It's a good one. Let me come through some of these. Let me find a new one. Is this Owens Corning? Yeah, it is. This is solid stock. So I'll just type some of these tickers here in the chat that are sticking out to me. Obviously, I won't have time to go through all of them. You can use the scanners yourself too. I would do it tomorrow morning and check in GE. It's not GE. GE. Oh my word, it's been a mammoth. Does not have earnings this month. Look at the run this stock has been on. And a lot of times it's really hard for traders, myself included. If you're looking at a chart that looks like this, it looks like all the upside's priced in. There's no upside left, only downside. That's why I like to zoom out with my charts because we have to know that there is more upside. Stocks do like to go up. GE is an absolute beast here. It's an industrial stock, and it's looking good right now. And if tomorrow, if it meets our final criteria, then that would be a good trade you could take, and using those same sort of options rules that I gave you for ANET. Would not trade EOG, not Airbnb, no energy, no healthcare, no real estate. Apple. This is actually interesting. See, I would avoid this just because of trend, but for my own personal information, it is interesting to see that it popped up on the scanner. Would love to see a turnaround in this stock. So let me take a moment here to pause. GEV has also been an amazing stock, also an industrial, one of my biggest stock holdings. But again, tomorrow, just use this scanner, run it, see what pops up, place your trades based on that. Do I have any quick questions here? Again, there's like a trillion questions in the chat. So
The chat is lit today. I think a couple of the questions were options criteria. Someone asked why not doing a spread on ANET, and then definitely a lot of questions about like, okay, now that there is so many chats, how do I track the trades? And guys, that's what this trade sheet is all about, because we knew that this would be a little bit chaotic and it would be really tough to go back and find individual trades, especially on a day where we cover 3 or 4. That's exactly what this trade sheet is about. So you don't have to dig through the chat looking for what trades we made through a million chats. You can just go right to this doc and have all the trades set up for you. By the way, that's included in the OP VIP. Let me pop this out for you guys real quick for a second here. It shrinks up the screen, but you can see if anyone missed the button earlier. Let me just pop that out for you right there. That's your $1 offer. And yes, it really is $1. I think Graham already explained, but the idea was to actually make VIP free,
yeah,
and just make it like anyone could access. But the team said to do the quote unquote transactional fulfillment, we had to charge something. And so we have officially charged $1 for VIP access. I'm pretty sure we're losing money by just processing the credit card, but it at least makes it official and gets you in the membership. And I think we feel confident when we say it is probably the best dollar you will ever spend anyway, because there's so much in that members area. But that's that link. You just click that green button. That pops you right over there to the $1 order form. If anyone still needs that link. All right.
yeah, and that way too, if you miss a class, you can easily just check in and see what we talked about that day, what we took, and it does look like we are getting, so it updates every 5 minutes, and you can see some of those are now starting to come through for today.
A few people asked about the shirt. Well, I just gave away one of these opening playbook shirts away to the first couple of people who joined. But don't worry, we'll have other ways. Graham and I have talked about a couple ideas, like maybe like the story of the week. Whoever had like the best week in terms of taking some of the trades from opening playbook or learning a valuable lesson and shares it with us or something like that. We'll give away 1 or 2 shirts a week, different stuff like that, just to keep opening playbook, fun and interactive. So we're still working on those ideas, but for now, I just wanted to kind of reward the people who literally took action within 60 seconds to be the first to join VIP.
Awesome. Yep. And now what we're going to talk about is the same approach, but to the downside. So we want to, if you can naturally hedge yourself by trading bullish stocks to the upside and then adding on a bearish trade to the downside. So that way, ideally, it's the thought of the strongest horse wins the race. So we want to trade the strongest stocks to the upside and want to then trade the weakest stocks to the downside. So I did build this for you here as well previously, and it's shared in the membership area. If we go down to the bottom where it says trading codes and scanners, first off, I want to note that you can see all items. There's more to it than what you just see here, but we're going to go to the bearish money flows Thinkorswim scanner, and it's the same process as I just showed you. Here is the link for it. If you guys want to just have that quick share link for Thinkorswim, but I also include the manual code as well, where you can follow those same steps we just walked through. Now, I already have it here, so let me go ahead and flip over to it now. And again, if you missed the install session, just catch the recording. You'll see it in there. So what is our least favorite sector right now? It's materials. Now, I probably should build out scanners that I can then just say money flows on X sector. Money flows on XLK, money flows on XLY. Right now, I just have it for all stocks, so that way you can see all of them. But I'll just go over here to the Analyze tab and try and find one that falls into our materials sector if one meets that criteria. A lot of utilities, wow. Probably just trading lower today. Real estate has been weak too. Maybe that's one that we'll pick up on. It'll be interesting, though. We do have the Fed interest rate decision coming up in a couple of weeks, and people are starting to think that the Fed is going to become a bit more dovish, or in other words, they're going to start looking to cut rates sooner. A lot of speculation there. So none of them on the scanner today hit our materials sector, which ideally was the one we wanted to trade to the downside. But let me go ahead and pull up our other weak sectors: energy and real estate. Again, I'm avoiding healthcare for now just because it's seasonally strong. But let's take a look at real estate and energy on our seasonality grid. Energy, negative. Real estate, negative. Both of those could be applicable to today's trades. So let's then go to our next weakest sectors. I'm going to start with real estate because that is it is the second weakest sector right now. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to start with energy. It is the second weakest sector right now. And then if we don't find anything good there, we'll flip over to real estate just to show you guys how you can pick these trades. So Duke is an energy, or that's utility. I was wrong. Saw an energy. And I'm just looking right here to find one intersector, and then I'll pull up the chart. Again, there's definitely a better way to do this. Right now, I have it just filtering for all stocks. No energy? All right, no energy. We'll do real estate. Let's go ahead. I know I saw real estate. All right, let's take a look at this chart. It's not a very bearish chart. I want to see a chart that looks more like this with an opportunity to enter, like where we're going down. This one's kind of flat, so I'll keep looking for a better one here. VTR. Honestly, this is not that bad either. Again, I do want to see one going straight down, but if you look at a shorter time frame, 3 months, that is a nice downtrend. They didn't miss their earnings, which normally isn't good for a stock. So let's keep VTR on our mental note watch list right now before we place a trade. UDR. Talk about a stock. Okay, so this is a little bit better. A little bit more slope to the downside. You can see the Newton momentum is red as well. UDR looks a little bit better than VTR right now. Oh, Realty. This is Realty Income. This one is also in a downtrend. So let me just type these in the chat so I don't miss it. What did I say? What was that? We have UDR are the top two, top bearish XLRE ones now. It's so funny. This is probably what I saw. Like Southern Energy, Southern Company, but it's a utility stock. Classic. All right. We got any other good ones here? I'll give you a trade here in a minute. Oh, I should have started from the bottom with the biggest droppers. Okay, this one looks perfect. This one looks really perfect. Let's go ahead and do Kim here. I'm going to look at the options. I'm not exactly sure what they look like, but that one is like a perfect setup for what I'm looking for here. Again, we don't necessarily want to see. Oh, EQR is even better. EQR. So we want to see, again, we want to see the stock dropping to start the month. So close was here, and then it closed lower, and currently it's closing lower. But we don't want to see volume dropping. We still want to see volume increasing. That means transactions are increasing in the stock while it's going lower, which makes us tend to believe that the transactions are bearish transactions happening in the stock. So EQR in a downtrend, right? No good. Already had its earnings event. Newton momentum, if we're looking here, is just flipped red again for us just to start the month. Pretty great timing here. So let's go ahead and look at the EQR options. Again, if you want to trade the basic puts, make sure you're using a limit order because these are a little bit wider bid-ask spreads. But what I would look for here is I would just go one strike at the money, technically slightly out of the money. So I would look at the 18th of July, 67.5 put, and use that limit order. Click that mid price. Don't give the natural price. Get the mid. That way you can get a little bit better fill. Let me type this in our trade sheet for us. Close some tabs here.
Graham, for all those people, when we said we were going to slow down the trades a little bit, who were worried we were going to send 0 trades, hopefully they are now realizing still lots of trades in open playbook for you guys.
It'll be more like I taught you a principle, so I gave you one bullish example, and then I gave you some others to check out. These will be for you to manage. But same thing here. I'm going to give you a bearish money flow on EQR. I'll give you the options, and then I'll give you the other bearish tickers to check out tomorrow. Anything in XLB. And then what were the other ones I gave? Kim O UDR. All right. But for this one, I'm going to trade EQR. I gave you the 18th of July, 25 expiration, 67.5 strike put option. Not putty, put.
Putties.
Net debit. Right now it's trading at a mid of 168. And so you need the stock. It's a 170 now. Just put 170. Nice round number. Post this in the chat. This is a basic put here. So basically, you need this stock to start making a move lower. You are profitable at below 66 on expiration day. Of course, if it gets there earlier, you're going to see those profits increase earlier. The max overall income potential, or return on investment, is unlimited. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, actually, it's not, because we're trading to the downside. Max profit on one contract, 170 risk, is only $6,000. Obviously, that would be the stock going to zero. That's not going to happen. But theoretically, the upside is unlimited for you here. But you do need it to move. So I'm going to take one of these on EQR, send it off, and again, use a limit order. Price did just move slightly. It's trading at a 180 mid price right now. Now, if you want to trade the wrap order, let's see if we can. This is a good price here. Again, we'll just use a limit order. So what I'm going to do is, on the bearish side, I'm just going to use a wrap order, so we don't need that big of a move over the next 2-3 weeks here for this stock for us to see about 100% gain. So here we would need about a 72% or 72 cent move in the stock, so a little over 1% drop in the stock. We need a below 67.5 by the 20th of June for us to make our max profit. So let me type this up for you guys. And we will do a training on this as well soon. Today, we're just, because it's the start of the month, we're just going to focus on this turn of the month investment training. So debit spread, we're going to buy. Let me just update these dates. 20 June, we're going to be trading the puts. Put. So we're going to buy the 70 strike put, and we're going to sell the 67.5 strike put. Again, what this means, right now trading at 133, what this means is that we will need EQR. Let me zoom in, find my crosshairs. If EQR is below here on that date where my crosshairs are, you'll make pretty close to 100% return on investment. It's just a cool way to leverage options for better, in my opinion, better risk to reward here, where we don't need that big drop to 66 or lower. We only need it right here to get that max return. So I'll go ahead and place this. It's at 135 right now. Again, use a limit order. Make sure limit is selected here, not market. So you can, sit on it. You don't have to rush into it, and you can get your fill. I'm going to set it down here at 135 because it's fluctuating a little bit. And again, Thinkorswim does the numbers for me. So if I'm right, if EQR does trend slightly lower from here, I'll make 115 bucks. Filled right away at 135. I might have been able to set that limit price lower. The lower you can get it, the better. So net debit of 135. I don't know if I posted that wrong, incorrect net debit price in there, but 135, which will give you, pull my handy dandy calculator, 115, 135. It gives you 85% return on investment if EQR drops below 67.50. Again, other bearish tickers to check out tomorrow. Use that scanner. Look for any sort of material stock. So again, when you're flipping through the scanner, just come to the Analyze tab. Just check the sector. You don't really want to be in you don't want to be in an industrial stock. Even if it's going lower, you don't want to fight the overall sector. You want to trade the weak sectors. So right now, the XLB is my number one weakest sector just because of seasonal lining up with the current trend. But XLE, XLE and XLRE are the three worst sectors right now. So these are some of those other tickers that you can take a look at tomorrow, and of course, see what else may be on the scanner. All right, let me go ahead and come in here in the chat again. Time flies here in the session. They are recorded. Hopefully, this trading was helpful. If it was helpful, give me a yes. If not, hopefully you can come back in here and watch the recording, catch that recording, watch it through a bunch of times. It's just a cool little way to trade, and it doesn't happen each and every day, not every week, only at the beginning of the month. So I'm in perfect timing with today's session where we're able to cover that today, get you guys the scanners in your hands so you can do some of these trades yourself. Now we are at the 11 o'clock hour. I've used my full hour up.
Dude, we did have some more housekeeping at the beginning than usual, obviously, but yeah, powered through that. A lot of good stuff. Lots of yeses in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let me ask another question because I think I'm going to take the training on tomorrow. After the training, I was going to do something that I rarely do, but curious on everyone's feedback here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm working on a presentation, is to actually go really deep on like some fundamental analysis tomorrow. Again, something that we don't typically do a ton in the session. We're more, kind of technical, systematic. This is going to be like going through a pretty deep amount of research on an energy play, where it's happening, why it's happening, some of the government macro things going on behind that. And so a little bit of a change of pace tomorrow. Is that good with you guys? If we take a little bit of a change of pace, we'll still do kind of a more technical training at the beginning. But then I want to get into some of this analysis that I've worked on. It actually ties into a trading strategy that I use as well. But this is going to be like a pretty deep, macro analysis on one particular sector, something like I said that we wouldn't typically do. But hopefully that will be kind of a fun change of pace for us to dive deep. Would love everyone's feedback on that tomorrow. So that's going to be tomorrow. Like I said, normal opening playbook session, 10 a.m., probably 10 to 10:30 maybe. I'll go through a couple training pieces, and then we'll get into more of this deep analysis going into one particular sector and all of the research that we've been putting together around that. And like I said, it's quite deep. I think we probably have, what, Graham? I mean, you saw that 200 slides of research on that one particular sector.
Yeah. No, that should be awesome. It should be a lot of fun. Again, if you guys are looking for the recording, you can find it. We'll upload it to YouTube after the sessions. Of course, if you want it all in one place, just find that wherever that button went with the VIP $1 membership access charge for lifetime. You can get, Karen, if you want to get that scanner, it'll be there in the members portal. I posted it here in the chat, but the chat is so hot and just flies through. But yeah, click that link that Dakota just posted. He pinned it in the chat. It's $1. It'll keep everything all safe for you in one spot, easy to access. The dark theme is much better, says Glenn. Awesome. We did have quite a few comments about the video being small. So Nate, we'll have to play with that and see what we can do there.
Yeah, guys, we're going to put together, and by the way, there's actually a whole other system that we might end up testing too. This one is really cool for some of the chat features, some of the other things that are going on in here that maybe you guys don't fully appreciate, but it does actually help us get you better value at the end of the day. And we'll come up with some helpful guidelines like how to manage the screen better and different ways to expand it. That's all part of the process. But hopefully, you guys are already just through 1 hour getting a little more comfortable with the platform. If you guys look around the screen, there's some areas like in the top right where you can hide the sidebar. You can switch, light and dark theme, which I agree, dark theme much better. You can, use the chat in some different ways. So lots of cool stuff there. I did pop up that opening playbook $1 thing one more time. So you click there, guys. We're not being funny when we say it's $1. It actually is $1. For those of you who don't know the backstory, like I mentioned earlier, we actually wanted to make it totally free. But then the team said we have to charge something to get it in the official portal and all of that. So that's why it's $1. There's no upsell. There's no offer. Hey, instead of spending $1, spend $500. None of that. Just $1. That's the ask, and you can click that link right there. It'll pull up a little order form, and Graham showed you some of the pieces in the members area. We've already got some great feedback on that. Hopefully, will be the best dollar you've ever spent in your entire life when you join Opening Playbook. And hey, if it's not the best dollar, we will refund your dollar. Okay. If you don't think it's the best dollar you've ever spent, don't worry. We will refund your dollar and you can get that small fry from McDonald's with your dollar instead of Opening Playbook. Don't worry about that. Other than that, Graham, anything else? So tomorrow we've got the deep dive on energy plus an extra training. We've got the Opening Playbook for $1. We are still working on the income machine. Some final data there. We'll keep showing that and some opportunities around that. Anything else I'm missing for the folks here today before we get rolling?
I don't think so, but apparently there's a full screen button somewhere that people can hit full screen.
What? There's a full screen? Maybe we don't have that because we're presenters.
Yeah, I don't see it, but I'm seeing that a lot in the chat here right now. Found the
Roger
found the
says there's a
full screen. It
screen
helped a
button.
lot. Full screen at
Nice.
the center makes it a lot better.
Oh, Jeffrey, there you are. Okay, Jeffrey, did you email me directly? I didn't check my email yet. Sorry, I missed your chat. You probably mentioned it other times. Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Awesome.
And impressive. I think Jeffrey literally joined within like 70 seconds of you posting that link or something. Some people were moving quick on opening VIP.
We did have a question. Why are we doing this for free? Nate, why are we doing this for free?
Well, because obviously we have a main goal here of helping people like that. Yeah, I think what happens in quote unquote our industry is, yes, we're running a business. I mean, that's my full-time job. I get a salary to run a business. We want to create great services. We want to sell them for a fair value. We want people to have a positive ROI on them and all of that. But we also want to have a layer on top of that that supports our main mission, which is actually to help people. It's just like, if you're a doctor, yes, you want to make money from that career, but if you see someone lying on the side of the road and you can help them, you still want to help them. And so that's kind of at least my thought process. I mean, you can share too, but we want to make sure that that is still front and center. That doesn't get lost behind us running a business here at, New Money Crew, Prosperity Pub, whatever brands that you're familiar with. We also want to actually do something that's just value forward, that we commit our time to helping people.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And I'm already doing the research anyways. So I would be doing you a disservice not to share it with you. So
yeah, that's true too. And by the way, sometime in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably try to get some extra people on here and share just the whole team that's behind this. Sometimes it's easy just to see Graham and I's face on a daily basis and think, we're doing everything, but there's a whole team here. I mean, Dakota and Deanna are on today. We have a channel of probably 15 people who are involved on a day-to-day basis with making Opening Playbook and other things happen. So huge team involved in putting all the stuff behind the scenes together that end up making this happen. And we're very thankful for them as well.
Absolutely. I second that. Well, thank you guys for being here today. I do want to say we had some questions about the scanner. Don't forget, if you do have questions about Thinkorswim, getting scanner set up, trades, we actually do have a live customer support room every single day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, just like a room like this where they can walk you through any of those questions. So make sure you take advantage of that. If you guys do have additional questions outside of what we can answer here, I'm going to post that in the chat too. But thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m.